What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button and hit that notification bell. Make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. With this video, we are jumping into Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 7. If you have not been keeping up with this amazing series by Tom Taylor, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this DC Comics going medieval. As we get into issue number 7, we are picking up with 3 kingdoms on the brink of war. We have learned that Bruce, he is in fact an El. Being half Kryptonian, he has just recently come into this information and learned that he has abilities. Being betrayed by what appeared to be Jor-El, he was stabbed in the chest with kryptonite, left there to die. That is where Martha and Jonathan Kent find him. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we get into issue number 7, what we see is the Kingdom of El. Jor-El, our queen, Zara and Kal-El. They are in full attack, fighting against the forces of the Kingdom of Storms in the Amazons. Our Kryptonians, they are letting loose. They are burning everything in sight. In the midst of the battle, we have Bruce trying to plead with his half-brother to stop this killing. That is when he is jolted awake. Waking up, we see the Kents standing over him, letting him know that it was a bad dream, running a fever because there is still a sliver of kryptonite inside of his body. Bruce quickly learns that the Kents, they're not alone. Also taking haven here, we have Beast Boy and Raven. Raven coming in and letting it be known that Bruce is dying. Now that's what takes us over to the Kingdom of Storms. Ra's al Ghul had taken Jacob, the son of Jefferson Pierce, the king of Kingdom of Storms. After being assassinated by what appeared to be Jor-El, Ra's had taken him to the Lazarus Pits to bring him back to life. This was at the request of Constantine. And while Jacob, he may be back, he can never rule as king. In fact, nobody can know that he is alive. In this time era, nobody truly understands resurrection. Not only that, they once had a king that was returned from death. And because of his return, he was driven to madness. A cautionary tale, but something that people are very superstitious of. If word ever got out that he was resurrected, the people would riot. But Constantine says that he has a way Jacob can help them to bring down the House of El. Meanwhile, Ra's al Ghul striking a deal for the Titans. He heads off to get his reward. Now this is what takes us back to the Kent house. We have Bruce waking up with Raven standing over him. About to use his heat vision, he stops himself very quickly. Looking around the room, what we see are the freaking Titans. Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire. Now Bruce, he tries to threaten them just a little bit, believing that they're monsters, believing that Raven is a witch. He has been trained his entire life, indoctrinated into believing this. Raven and the others, they let it be known that they put his life up to a vote. They know exactly who Bruce is. He has hunted their kind for as long as he has been alive, since the moment he could pick up a sword and ride out, with the Titans more or less storming out of here, doing this more as a favor to the Kents than anything else. The Kents, they sit down and they have a conversation with him. At the end of the day, they're not angry for who he is or the things that he has done. In fact, they are sympathetic to him, because this is a lot for him to take in. Just 3 days ago, he learned that Jor-El was his father. He was just betrayed by what he believes was his half-brother. His entire life, he has been told that people with powers, these abilities, that they are the monsters, that they have to be stopped, imprisoned. Now he is learning more or less he is one of them. Their conversation being quickly interrupted and Jonathan Martha's name being screamed from outside. Starfire bringing in Dick Grayson, trying to figure out why Richard is here. All of the Robins have been out looking for Batman. Finding a piece of his armor at the crater site, he followed the wagon tracks back to this farm, with Richard trying to figure out why he is here with what he calls demons. Bruce lets it be known that they're not demons. He begins to apologize to Raven and everyone else for his actions and his words. But before he can finish this speech, using X-ray vision, he is able to see outside, and what he sees is the demon's head. Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul are standing outside. They are calling out the Titans, coming to claim their reward. Putting on his armor, he lets the Titans know that they need to stay inside, that Grayson will protect all of them. Martha and Jonathan Kent, they refuse to let him go outside by himself. Because these aren't just two regular farmers. They used to serve in the El Army, putting on their armor, grabbing their weapons. They walk outside with Batman and stand against the demon's head. The Al Ghuls, they are thrown completely off. They did not expect to find the prince here. Bruce lets them know that it is time for them to leave. These are El lands, which means they have no authority, no power in this place. As they try to say that they struck a deal, no deal was struck with Bruce, which means the Titans, they are going nowhere, letting the Kents know that his forces are hiding in the tall grass, that they are all soldiers brought back from the Lazarus pit, which means they have already died, telling them not to hold back. We see the fight break out. Etrigan emerges, and he goes to breathe hellfire onto Bruce. Believing that this should have taken him out, he just learned that he is powerful, that Bruce is not what he has said he is. Punching Batman in the face, he goes flying back into the house. At this point, the Titans, they are more than ready to help, telling him to swallow his ego and let them do something. Not sure how Beast Boy is really gonna play any kind of part, only seeing him be able to turn into a dog. Beast Boy, he has seen some things in this world, being able to change into any beast that he has seen. We see him turn into a freaking dragon, and now it is time to wreak havoc. Dragon fire burning everything. The Titans jumping into the battle. The tides have turned. We see Bruce Wayne use his heat vision and send Etrigan flying, telling Talia al Ghul to pick up their wounded and leave now. As they make their retreat, Talia al Ghul lets Bruce know that you can't protect these kids forever. Not while your kingdom is in the middle of a war. The Titans and the Kents, they had not heard of this war just yet. This is where young Grayson begins to tell them everything about the assassinations, about the forces joining, about the imminent danger of this war about to break out. The thing is, Bruce has no intention of returning back to the kingdom, believing that his half-brother betrayed him. Not sure what he is, not sure what he stands for anymore. He is not sure if he can return back to that life. And while Grayson, he pleads with him, telling him that he is the rightful king, that they need him now more than ever. This is where we have the Kents part a little bit of wisdom on him. They talk about the first kid that they brought in. Now, at one point in time, they had been warriors, but they gave that life up when they found Arthur. They bring him up because he was an individual of two worlds as well, not feeling like he belonged here. It took him a while, but eventually he was able to get past this. And through this, he became a great king. They are letting us know that Atlantis exists. It is out there, and Arthur, Aquaman, he is currently king. Jonathan letting him know that you can't just stand by and watch this happen. You may think you're a monster, but you are the one person that might be able to stop all of this. In this war, there will be thousands of innocent lives that are taken, that with his newfound power, he may be able to stop this war before it ever begins. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, Tom Taylor is still keeping it close to the chest, not letting us know who this perpetrator is. Both Kal-El and Jor-El, they have let us know that they aren't responsible for the atrocities people are saying that they have done. The whole reason this war began, and the way that the prophecy is written, it says individuals that come from the stars, that they will look like them, but they are in fact demons. Constantine has been dead set on this being the Els, being the Kryptonians, but we know that there is someone working in the background. While I'm not sure if it's Martian Manhunter, I do believe that it is some kind of Martian. It seems like the most logical thing, and while Tom Taylor, he's not telling us this yet, I firmly believe this is the case. I really think the question is, which Martians is it gonna be? There's a lot out there. You got the green Martians, white Martians, yellow Martians, burning Martians, all kinds of different tribes. Being taken so far back into the past, there is a possibility that the Martian Holocaust never actually happened. At least not yet. I think the biggest giveaway that it is a Martian group, that it is a tribe of the Martians, is when Kal-El had stabbed Bruce with kryptonite. If that Kal-El was Kryptonian, when he stabbed Bruce, when he picked up the kryptonite, it should have had some kind of effect on him. Walking away, not losing an ounce of power, it only makes us believe that he is not in fact Kryptonian, or at least what we're seeing is not a Kryptonian. The Martians not being the only individuals hidden away. There are still a lot of secrets that Tom Taylor is keeping to himself. More specifically, when it comes to Ra's al Ghul, he is saying that these kingdoms, they can wage their war all they like. He wanted the Titans because he believes something bigger is coming. Something bigger is on its way. And so while they squabble over territory and all of this craziness, he is preparing for something bigger. They're not letting us know what that is, but something is coming. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. If you cannot do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and until the next breakdown.